Hello everyone. So today we are going to see Boyce Codd normal form, that is BCNF. So in the previous video I have made a video on what is normalization, first normal form, second normal form and third normal form. If you didn't watch that video, then I will give link of that video, you can watch that video. So before going to this BCNF, you should know that what is a super key. So a super key is nothing but a column or combination of column which are uniquely identifying a row in a table is called as a super key. So if this is a row, then this row, if it is uniquely identifying by the combination of column, then it is called as a super key. So let us see the example. So here we can see in this table, so this is a school table, so you have to find what is a super key here. So here these two are in the composite primary key, composite PK. These two columns are composite primary key. So in this table here the super key is the combination of these two columns, that is student ID plus subject, because by this combination of columns we can uniquely identify the row in the table. So if we given the one and math, you can uniquely identify this is this row. So if you given the one science, you can uniquely identify this row. Next, if we given the two and math, then you can uniquely identify this. So it is called as a super key. So now let us understand what is BCNF. So for a table to satisfy the BCNF, it should satisfy following two conditions. First is it should be in the third normal form, and second one, for any dependency A to B, A should be a super key. So for any dependency A to B, A should be a super key. So now let us see the example. So here this is the example, and here it is a composite, I forgot to write here, composite PK. Now in this table, here student ID and subject ID forms a primary key, which means subject column is a prime attribute. There is one more dependency, that is sir. So this sir is dependent on the subject, and while subject is a prime attribute, sir is a non-prime attribute, and which is not allowed in the BCNF. So here you can see that sir depends on what? Subject, but sir is not a super key. Sir is not a super key, and which is violating the rule of BCNF, because sir is not super key. Why sir is not super key? Because we can't uniquely identify a row by sir column. So let's suppose we have given only surname, that is Mr. X. You are not uniquely identify the row, because if you have given the surname, then there are two rows are there which is not unique, so there will be two rows. But what is the definition of super key? It is a column or combination of column which is used to uniquely identify the row. But here is row, we are not able to uniquely identify row by this column sir. So sir is not a super key, but sir is dependent on subject. So for any dependency A to B, A should be a super key, but here is not a, it is not super key. That means school table is not in a BCNF, that is Boyce Codd normal form, not in a BCNF. So how to satisfy this BCNF? So to make this relation satisfy BCNF, we'll decompose this table into two tables. That is, first one is a student table, the next one is a sir table. So below are the we have structure of both tables. In that, we'll here in the student table we'll store student ID and sir ID, and in the sir table we'll store sir ID, name and subject. So now you can see that the sir is depend on subject. Here the name of the sir is a super key. So sir is depend on the subject, and here sir is a super key. As in this table, sir table, you can uniquely identify a record. So by using this surname, you can uniquely identify the record in this table. So we can say that sir name column is a super key, and sir is depend on subject, and sir is also a super key. That means now this relation satisfy Boyce Codd normal form. So the table should to be in a BCNF, it should satisfy third normal form, and for any dependency A to B, A should be a super key. So this is about BCNF.